Good evening, this is Isaac from Blue Bag of Borelli, a place where I love to speak and talk about AFL and Carlton and all things footy. I'm very disappointed tonight. I'm not surprised that we lost the game because I was thinking about the game all week and especially this morning, and I know the Giants are a better team than what they have been producing the last few weeks. Remember, the first 5 games, they were 5-0 and were premiership favourites. Last week I watched them against the Crows and the Crows thrashed them. The scoreline flattered the Giants because the Crows didn't kick accurately and they just looked way out of it, way out of their depth. Now, the Crows have beaten 3 teams in the top 8 this year. What a curious case. I mean, Andrew George is right. What's the excuse? There's no excuse for the Crows next year. They've got to finish the year off strong and get Tex one more year to get to 300 for our dear mate Frankie Dukes. So, as I said, this loss hurts me, not because we lost the game, but because we kicked 8 goals in the first quarter. 8 goals to 3. We're up by 39. We should not be losing a game from that position. I know we started early, and I know we jumped out of the blocks. Cripps was on fire. Zachy Williams, 3 goals. Mackay, we were on fire. De Koning was giving us clearances and giving us first look. And then in the second and third quarters, the Giants kicked 2 bags of 7. 7 in the second and 7 in the third. You're not going to, if you concede 14 goals in a half, something's not right. I think maybe we've gotten a little bit ahead of ourselves. Maybe the lid went off a little bit too early. We're all getting excited. We have box office players, but one of our box office players tonight didn't deliver. I love you, Triple C. I love you, King Charles. When it's not your night, I get it. When it's not your night, it's not your night. And maybe you're not getting the best delivery. But don't tell me that in that last quarter, there was 2 situations, one in your forward front half, one on the wing, where you're not putting any pressure. Tackle the guy. Lock the ball in. Give us a ball up. Don't just don't give lack of effort and allow your opponent just to break away. Now, I hope Voss tears them to shreds tonight. We've had a great start to the year. We're in a great position. But if we want to get to 17 and to that grand final that we're so desperate to get to, we've got to remove this complacency because we kicked 8 in the first and we kicked 5 in the last. That's 13 goals. We scored 104 points, which most weeks will give you the win. But if you're conceding 118 points, or was it 116 points? I think it was 116 points because they won by 2 goals. If you're going to concede 116 points, that is not a model that you are looking at to make it to the grand final. Now, Wiedering being injured for parts of the match on the bench, banged up, exposes big flaws in our side. If the ball goes deep into our defensive 50, if he is not there, we are a train wreck. We are an absolute train wreck if the ball is in the air, in the opposition's front half, and Wiedering is not there. We are a train wreck. If we lose him, we're going to be in trouble. He's our most important player, I reckon. Mackay had a great game. He's kicked 5 goals. He is much better this year. Geez, 5 goals. Last year, he couldn't kick a goal to save his life. He pitched hit it in the ruck. Cripps was superb. Cripps had 33 possessions and kicked 2 goals. And he doesn't give up. He never stops trying. I thought Newman was pretty good. Kennedy, 2 goals and 20-odd possessions, played well. Zach Williams kicked 3 goals and also gave a goal assist in the first quarter. He was hot. he was on fire. And then he went to sleep for 3 quarters. I don't know what happened there. I really don't know what happened. A very strange match. A very strange match. Triple C, he kicks 1 goal at the end. He got a gift to keep the goal streak going. So he's on 62 games current. The highest streak of any current day player. He keeps that going. And he's 3 goals in front in the Coleman. Hogan tore us to shreds. They are a very exciting side. They're very skillful. And if they get the game on their terms, they can pile on goals very quick. And they did that. 14 goals in 2 quarters. And we think that we're a grand final team. We've got potential to make the grand final. But geez, we've got a lot of work in front of us. We've got to roll up our sleeves. Because next week, we're going to be at Etihad against the Doggies. No easy game. If we drop that game, we are going to risk not making top 4. And next week, this captain, who is a war machine warrior, will play his 200th game for the Blues. He is having a career best season, but he needs help. Walsh did not do much tonight. I don't care. He may have had 20-odd possessions. If you look at his stats, he probably had over 20 possessions. But I'm looking at the influence. He had no influence in the game. Hollands couldn't stick a tackle to save his ass. You know, Kempy tried. But the ball was coming in at a rate of knots and we just leaked far too much. Big match next week. We must win. We cannot afford to drop another game because now we're only 2 points clear in second spot. I believe the Giants could well be one of the sides that will finish in the top 4. They have got the star power, they have got the talent, and they've got a lot of improvement in them. So look out for the Giants. They're coming. Just want to show a couple of footy cards that I got today from Dukes. Highlights, Paddy Cripps. So Highlights is a card that they make every week for the player of the round, determined by Select. And I was at this game against the Cats. And Cripple... No, this wasn't against the Cats, was it? It was against the Cats. I was at that game. Sorry, it was against the Cats. Now, a special card. Now, everyone knows I love Triple C. For the first time, Select. And I believe that this is a no-brainer, Select. You've got to do this card every year. The club goal-kicking machine for each player. For each club. The leading goal kicker for their club for each respective year. 81 goals. Which was also the Coleman medal winning year for Triple C. He's still in front. He's on target for his 3rd. He needs to perform next week. Charlie, you're on watch. You're on watch for next week, King Charles. You got to get more dirty. You got to get your hands more involved. You got to get more involved in the game. Okay, you've got to get more involved. So I'm going to be watching for you next week. I am pissed off. I am pissed off because if you can kick 8 goals in the first quarter, 5 in the last, but then you concede 14 in 2 quarters in the middle, I'm very pissed off. I don't care whether Wiedering's there or not. Not good enough. We got ahead of ourselves, perhaps. A lot of the game is played in the head, in the mind. Who knows? Who knows what these guys think at quarter time? We're up 8 goals to 3. You got Dan Geringe throwing the lids in the air. I love him. He's funny, but geez, Geringe, I'm looking forward to see what you say post-match. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Voss says post-match at the presser. Momentum is hard to stop. And when teams get on a roll, there's something about momentum in modern football. Teams just get on a roll, whether they're the bottom of the ladder, mid-table or top. When they get on a roll, it's hard to stop. It's hard to stop. Every week, You've got to be on guard and on watch. Every game is hard. No easy games. Now, Kennedy, who I thought wasn't going to play this week because of the injury midweek, tick, you played well. Zach Williams, okay, you kicked 3 goals. I have to give you a pass mark because you've kicked 3 goals and you gave a goal assist. But you need to do more because for 3 quarters you did Kenny, Freddie. And as I said, Mackay, who's now on 39 goals for the year and climbing up the goal-kicking table. Will he take Charlie's trophy off him? Who knows? Hogan is coming. The Suns, a bad loss today to the Kangas. It just goes to show that teams lower on the ladder, when it's their turn, they can lower your colours and you can have your tail between your legs. I'm very disappointed. We finished the game off strongly. Okay, so does that mean that, is that good or bad? I don't know. I'm certainly not going to call out for the cardboard boxes. I believe in Voss. And next week I'll be watching with all eyes. It'll be Paddy Cripps' 200th game. We must win, boys. We must win. If we want to make it to the grand final, we've got to finish top 2. We're on target for top 4, but we really need to finish top 2. Collingwood lost Friday night, so I'm happy about that. But they can say to me, we've won the premiership last year, and they have. And really, that's what it's all about. Anyway, win, lose or draw, I love my club. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to add your comments below. Like, share, help me spread the word. And we'll roll again next week. Catch ya.